Good morning. It is cold out here, negative 20 degrees. Today I'm building a real igloo using traditional Inuit techniques, and then I'm going to sleep in it tonight to see how well it actually works in extreme cold. Let's get started.
I'm looking for snow that's the right density, not too fluffy, not too icy. You want it packed enough to hold together when you cut blocks. This stuff right here is perfect, and there's plenty of it.
Each block needs to be about this size, 3 feet long, 1 foot wide, 8 inches thick. They're heavy, probably 40 pounds each, and I'm gonna need about 50 of them. So this is a workout in negative 20 degrees.
The secret to a strong igloo is the spiral. You don't stack in flat layers, you create one continuous spiral from bottom to top. I'm cutting this ramp here to start the spiral pattern.
As I go higher, each block leans in more and more. Eventually they'll meet at the top in a dome. Every block has to be trimmed to fit perfectly. No two are exactly the same.
Now that the walls are high enough, I can work from inside. It's actually easier to place these upper blocks. You can already feel it's calmer in here, less wind. The igloo is starting to work.
Getting close now. These last few blocks are the trickiest. They need to be shaped just right or they won't stay. The whole dome is holding itself up through compression.
Igloo, there it is, the keystone. In a real igloo, you place this last block from inside, pushing it up into the hole, and just like that, you've got a dome. Structure is complete.
I need to cut an entrance, but it can't just be a hole. I need to build a proper entrance tunnel that's lower than the floor inside. This traps cold air in the tunnel and keeps warm air inside the dome.
Now I need to seal up all the cracks. Any gap between blocks is a place for heat to escape and cold air to come in. I'll pack snow into every little crack I can find. Just scoop, press, and smooth it in. Work my way around the whole dome, filling gaps at the base and up the seams. Throw on a thin layer over the whole thing.
Building a sleeping platform here, it needs to be higher than the floor. Cold air is heavy and sinks down, so by sleeping up here, I'll be in the warmer air. It makes a huge difference.
Let me get all my gear inside and organized. Sleeping bag, pad, stove, food. Everything needs to be in here because once I'm in for the night, I don't want to be crawling in and out in negative 20 degrees.
Just lighting this one little candle makes a difference. It's already about 25 degrees warmer in here than outside just from blocking the wind. And this candle will bring it up even more. It's actually kind of cozy.
Time for dinner. I'm melting snow for water. There's unlimited snow right here in the walls. The stove and the candle are warming this place up pretty quickly now.
Man, that's good. It's actually comfortable in here now, over 20 degrees warmer than outside. Hard to believe I'm sitting inside a dome made of ice and snow, and I'm warm.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I'll blow out the candle to save it, but I'll keep the vent hole open. You need fresh air circulation even in an igloo. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Negative 20 outside, but I'm surprisingly comfortable. I can hear the wind out there, but in here it's calm. Gonna try to sleep now. Good night. Middle of the night. Sounds like the wind picked up, but the igloo is solid. Nice and warm in the sleeping bag. Back to sleep.
Good morning. Made it through the night. You can see all this frost on the inside of the igloo. That's from my breath condensing and freezing overnight. Actually slept pretty well. Stayed warm in the sleeping bag. 10 degrees in here. Outside's probably even cold.
Whoa, it is cold out here this morning. Probably negative 25. The igloo got partially buried in drifted snow.
Look at this. Inside is 10 degrees, outside is negative 25. That's a 35-degree difference, and I didn't have any heat source running overnight. Just the structure itself, blocking the wind and insulating with snow. This is why igloos work.
Nothing better than hot coffee when it's this cold. I'm just melting snow from the walls, unlimited water supply right here. The stove is warming things up nicely now.
Got some oatmeal and sausage going. It's actually pretty comfortable in here now with the stove running, over 20 degrees warmer than outside. You could live in this thing if you had to. Fuel for the day.
The dome distributes weight evenly, so it's incredibly strong despite being made of snow. These blocks are compressed snow, full of tiny air pockets that trap heat, like insulation. Sleeping elevated keeps you in warmer air since cold sinks. The low entrance traps cold air in the tunnel while warm air stays in the dome.
Time to pack up. Everything goes back in the pack, back on the sled. I'll leave the igloo standing. It'll melt naturally when spring comes. But it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Look at that sunrise. This is why you come out here. Moments like this. Negative 25 degrees, middle of nowhere. And it's absolutely beautiful.
There it is, a real igloo, built the traditional way. Took about 5 hours to build, and it kept me completely safe and relatively warm through negative 25-degree temperatures. I'm really proud of this one.
All right, time to head home. Long walk back across the lake. The igloo will stay here till spring. Maybe someone else will find it and appreciate it.
Walking back, I'm thinking about the Inuit people who perfected this technique. For them, building an igloo wasn't an adventure, it was survival. They could put one together in an hour, in a blizzard, and it would save their lives. That knowledge is incredible.
Almost back. That was an incredible experience. Building something with my own hands from natural materials, testing it in real extreme conditions, and having it work perfectly. One last look, time to head home.
So there you have it. Building and sleeping in a real igloo in 25 below. It worked incredibly well, exactly the way it has for thousands of years. These traditional skills are amazing, and I think everyone should learn at least some basic survival techniques. Thanks for joining me on this one. Until next time, get outside and learn something new.